What's up guys, I'm going to explain to you how to throw hard solely based on mechanics and what positions high velocity throwers such as Jacob deGrom and Spencer Strider get into. Now pitching is very individualized. Almost everyone has a whole separate delivery. No one's the same. Some people are 5'10", some people are 6'8", super skinny, heavier set. So everyone's different. But there are a few positions that most high velocity throwers get into, and I'll explain to you what those positions are. So the first one is drift down the mound. So when deGrom picks up his leg, he's already falling down the mound, and that's called drift. And that's something that I've seen a lot of younger players not do. I tend to see younger players drop then drift down the mound, opposed to drift then drop. So it should be leg lift, drift, drop, not leg lift, drop, drift. And when you drift, that allows you to use all your momentum and gravity to get as much velocity as you can. Whereas if you don't drift, you're not able to get gravity on your side and you're not able to use a mound slope properly. And then next position is his back leg. Now he doesn't drop nearly as much as I do, however he still gets into his back leg enough. And the biggest thing is his back knee, how he rotates it down as violently and hard as he could. Now this cue I think has gotten me the most velocity over the years. I physically and actively think about rotating my back knee into the ground as hard and as fast as possible. I actually sometimes end up scraping the mound. That's how actively I think about rotating my knee into the ground. And then the next position is separation. So when his front foot lands, his hips ideally are facing the plate, and his upper body and arm are still cocked back. Now this allows you to put torque on the ball, and you get tension in the core, and then when you release the ball, you're able to output all that force into the ball directly. And then last is your front leg brace. So when his front foot lands, his leg doesn't buckle or doesn't move. It acts as like a stabilizer and allows him to quote unquote catapult the ball over his leg. And then after, ideally you should straighten your leg, but that's like one of the hardest things I think in mechanics, and there's very few guys that can do it. And Spencer Strider is one of them. Again, he gets drift on the mound when his front foot raises. He's already dropping down the mound. Now he doesn't do it as severe as deGrom, but he still does it enough. And he gets very low into his back leg. This is similar to how low I get. And look at his back knee. He will rotate that into the ground as hard as he can. Right there. And his separation, front foot contact. His hips are clearing and his arm is still super far back. The more your upper body is stretched and your lower body is counter rotated, the more you're able to put onto the ball, which will in turn increase velocity. And now it's front leg. So it's braced properly, it doesn't move, and it straightens at the very end. Now, like I said, this is something that very few guys actually do. But if you're able to do that, that is something that will allow you to even get more velocity onto the ball. So yeah, those are the main positions that high velocity pitchers get into. First, the drift down the mound, and then rotating your back knee into the ground as hard as you can. Then the separation, keeping your upper body as counter rotated when your hips are facing the plate. And then lastly, bracing your front leg and not leaking any energy either way from falling off to the side or just your knee buckling. If you have any mechanical questions, please leave them down in the comments. Thank you for watching.